Crazy Wednesday in the Premier League. Manchester United dropped points against West Ham. Somehow, though, they're in third. Chelsea 5-3 losers against Liverpool as Liverpool are handed the trophy at Anfield. That leaves Leicester out of the top four on goal differential. Chaos as three teams chase those final Champions League spots. For more, we're joined by Stevie Nicol. Stewart Robson is back. Robbo, I'll start with you. One of the big talking points on the show yesterday, the Paul Pogba handball incident. Don Hutchison was very clear. He said Pogba wasn't brave enough. He said he's got to let it just hit him in the face. The online reaction, though, was quite different. People online are a lot more forgiving of Pogba. They talk about the human instinct. You got any sympathy for Pogba?
I've got sympathy with his arms going up. I think that was human instinct. I think they went up in front of his face just to protect himself. The problem was that he wasn't concentrating. You've got to expect Declan Rice to shoot, and he miscues it. So he's not actually watching the ball. He wasn't concentrating, and that's why he had that natural instinct to lift his arms up in front of his face. If he'd have been watching the ball right from the moment it left Declan Rice's boot, he could have put his face there, put his head there, and probably headed it away. So I understand why he put his hands up, but he should have been concentrating.
Stevie, no one has ever questioned Paul Pogba's talent. They certainly have at points, especially with Manchester United, questioned his commitment. Was what we saw yesterday evidence of that, or is that going too far?
No, I don't think that's a sign of commitment or no commitment. It's a sign of somebody who's not concentrated, as Robbo said. Listen, generally when you put a wall together, the person in the wall can do one of two things. One, they can head it, or two, they'll get out the road. And that's why when you put a wall together, you don't put somebody in there who might get out the road. But what you don't expect is somebody standing in a position to block a shot that's actually not taking any interest in what's going on. That is strange to me. I don't understand that at all. And as I said, I don't think it's to do with his commitment. I think if you're dreaming in the middle of an important game like this, listen, they need to win this game in order to try and get in the Champions League. So concentration should not have been a problem. So that's a strange one for me.
Robbo, Stevie points it out. This was a massive game. If you can't concentrate now as a manager, as a coach, how can you trust him moving forward? Can you?
I think you can trust him. He's a World Cup winner. He's been an excellent player for many teams, and he's been an excellent player for Manchester United. He has had a great season through injury. I think he's a player that can take Manchester United further. If you sell Paul Pogba, Manchester United would be a worse side. I think you can trust him in the main. I think this was a one-off incident in terms of his lack of concentration, and he wasn't actually in the wall. He was trying to mark somebody else, and the ball was skewed into his path, and that's why he wasn't concentrating. But he should have been concentrating.
Premier League season then wraps up on Sunday, all 10 matches, but boy, the two big ones, United, Leicester, Chelsea, Wolves. Let's start with United, Leicester. Robbo, on this show, everyone is picking Manchester United, despite the fact they didn't look that good against West Ham. You agree?
They didn't look very good against West Ham, but I was doing the Cup semi-final where they were absolutely hopeless. They didn't have any movement up front. When the centre-halves had time on the ball, there was no movement from the front three. They didn't defend particularly well. They looked sluggish. I thought that was the case against Southampton and a little bit against Crystal Palace in the first half, and to a certain degree against West Ham. So they need to up their game. I think Leicester have got every possibility of getting a result here.
Stevie, that's quite different than what you said on the show yesterday. You see this as United through and through, right?
I don't get it, and I'm going to boil it down. Other than the stuff I said yesterday, I boiled it down to one huge reason. If Leicester get in from this game, it's coming from Vardy. Manchester United have Rashford, Greenwood, Martial, Pogba, Fernandes. They've got so many more game winners and players that are capable, regardless of overall performance, of doing something from nothing. So Leicester have got Vardy, and Man United have got 5 other stars that they can actually hang their hat on. So there's another reason why Man United won this game.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN+.